Welcome back, beautiful souls, to this week's cosmic guidance for the 16th through until the 22nd. And this is a big week because we are building up to the full moon in Aquarius, which will happen on Sunday. And it is the second full moon this year. So throughout this week, you can feel your emotions being amplified, which is actually a really good thing because what's been hidden in the shadows or in the subconscious can really begin to surface at this time. And this gives you the ability to explore those patterns and see what ones serve you and what ones it's time to release. It gives you the opportunity to do deeper levels of healing and, of course, to also celebrate what is going well. So we're going to dive more deeply into that and some other of the major planetary shifts that are unfolding throughout the week as well. So if you are new to me, it is so great to have you here. A big warm welcome. My name is Kara. I'm a master astrologer and Akashic Records practitioner, as well as a trained psychotherapist. And I love to support my fellow visionaries, healers, creatives in tapping into the highest timeline for their life and business as they learn to co-create with cosmic intelligence. So let's dive right in and take a look at this week. So beginning on Monday, we have Venus moving into its home sign of Libra. And Venus is the goddess of love, of beauty, of prosperity. And in the sign of Libra, it really is about infusing magic into our everyday life, finding a sense of pleasure and joy and bliss in what we may label as mundane tasks. And this is a message I really felt coming through from the space of the Akashic Records lately as well, is to really look at how we are bringing this sense of playfulness and joy with us as we move throughout our day. So instead of having this idea that, okay, this is work time and this is play time, infusing them together, or even having this idea of when I'm meditating only is when I'm connected to source energy or hearing my intuitive guidance, instead of that is available to me throughout the day. So Venus in its home sign of Libra really is a beautiful opportunity to find that magic, that bliss, that pleasure in your everyday life, and to not see self-care as something that's a priority, that isn't a priority, to not see self-care as, oh, it's a nice thing to do, it's a treat. Instead, prioritize self-care. See how important it is for you in your life, especially for spiritual entrepreneurs. It's our energy that really is what people are drawn towards. So if you're always working and doing things that take that energy away or that drain you, it's time to infuse more of that magic into your life and to really ask yourself, what helps me feel abundant? What helps me to feel lit up and magnetic? And do that for yourself because you deserve to feel good. This transit of Venus moving through the sign of Libra is very, very supportive of that. And that will be happening through September until September the 10th. So we have lots of time to really play with this energy and make it a routine and habit in our life to welcome in more bliss and pleasure. So Libra is also the relationship sign, and Venus, of course, governs over relationships as well. So relationships continue to be a theme and continue to be in the spotlight. And it's an excellent time to explore those relationships in your life. And some of the shadow characteristics of how this energy is expressed is through codependency, through wanting to keep the peace above all else. Sometimes people with a lot of Libra energy in their chart, if it's more in the lower octave expression, will sacrifice what they need just to keep the peace and harmony in their relationships. And you know, whether you have a lot of planets in Venus or in Libra in your chart or not, we're all playing with this energy right now. And it's a really beautiful opportunity to look at where you're falling into those codependent patterns or habits in your life and where you may have lost touch with what you even need. Sometimes we put our needs on the back burner for so long, we don't even know what it is we want in order to be able to speak it and convey it. So really notice where you're sacrificing, where your energy is being drained, and use this energy as an opportunity to really speak up for what you need, to really put healthy boundaries in place. And the thing with boundaries is they serve not only you, but the other person. They actually allow a relationship to thrive. This doesn't mean that there won't be people in your life who try to push those boundaries, who don't quite understand, or who are offended by it. But it's still your job to prioritize your energy and your self-care and what you need so you can show up fully sharing your gifts with the world. So really, really powerful energy that we're working with there. Now on Thursday, the 19th, we have Uranus going retrograde in Taurus. So Uranus is the planet that's known to be the awakener. It's all about progression and moving forward. And it's really interesting where it's been traveling through the sign of Taurus, because the archetypal energy of Taurus is about stability. So how I see these energies together is getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And this is something I often talk to my clients about as well, around leaning into our edges and seeing those as portals and opportunities for expansion and for growth in our life. If we are just staying safe, we are not going to grow. We are not going to evolve. And eventually we're going to feel a sense of boredom, or we're going to wonder why we're not achieving our goals or living in alignment with what we really desire to create. It does take moving through the discomfort. So Uranus and Taurus is that opportunity. And we've been playing and working with this energy for a while to really see, okay, how can I feel and cultivate a sense of safety when I'm pushing those limits and I'm moving and expanding and up leveling? How can I bring my body with me? Because sometimes when we step out of that comfort zone, our body starts to panic. It goes into flight or fight mode. And we want to acknowledge that. We want to look at what part of myself, what aspect of myself isn't feeling safe here. And what can I do to get my body on board with this expansion and with this growth? There's many different tools. I love to work with EFT tapping. That's when I call in, of course, work within the realm of the Akashic Records. And just being in that space in and of itself is very healing and helps you to calibrate to who you really are, to your higher self. So there's many different tools that we can work with that allow ourselves to, even when we are stretching and we're growing, to know that when the discomfort comes up, we have tools and resources we can draw on that allow us to feel safe. That's really important as well. And this is where I feel it's so helpful to have a good network of friends, to have a mentor, to have a coach, to have someone holding that space for you as you grow and evolve, so you don't fall back into those old patterns. Now, on a larger scale, since Uranus is an outer planet and many of our outer planets are retrograde right now, it does speak to the trends that are unfolding in the world right now, and really looking at your role within that, your role within this ascension. Are you sharing your gifts? Are you sharing your talents with the world? And you have a unique cosmic blueprint that just by being on this planet, you are shifting the vibration of the planet. If you did nothing else, just by being here, you are influencing the energy on the planet. So I actually have a free masterclass that I'm going to be doing this Friday, and it's called Align to Your Cosmic Blueprint to Expand Your Soul-Led Business. So if you are a business owner and you want to learn more about connecting to your unique cosmic blueprint to create that expansion in your business, I'll attach the link below so you can sign up for this free training. So another big shift this week is on Sunday. So we have a lot going on Sunday. Sunday is the day of the full moon in Aquarius, and it's also the day where the sun is moving into Virgo, and we are kicking off Virgo season, which is a very different energy than Leo season. So this full moon in Aquarius, really be aware again of what's coming up to be released, to be healed, really take time to celebrate as well. At full moons, we often recognize it as that time for healing and releasing, but equally as important, both are important, is the energy of celebration at this time. And celebration really helps you anchor in this feeling of gratitude and what is working well in your life. And gratitude is the portal for expansion. So if you're looking at goals that you're wanting to reach right now and you feel stagnant or like you're plateauing, really look at if you fully integrated and felt a deep sense of gratitude for where you currently are. Use this full moon energy as an opportunity to celebrate. And speaking of your cosmic blueprint and sharing your gifts with the world, the Aquarian energy really is about the community and what you're contributing to the world. And it brings together beautifully the energy of the individual with the energy of the group, and very much about embracing what makes you unique. And there's a theme that comes up a lot with clients I work with my fellow starseeds. If you found your way here, I'm assuming that you are a star seed. You incarnated on this planet at this time for a very, very special reason. And part of that can be feeling like you don't always fit in, probably having that feeling from a young age that you just don't quite fit in. And I really like to make the distinction between fitting in and belonging, because you didn't come to this planet to conform and to fit in. You came to this planet to bring about a shift, to bring about a change. This Aquarius full moon and all the second full moon in Aquarius this year, the Aquarius energy is very, very much being activated right now. We can even trace it back to December of last year with a great conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter in the sign of Aquarius. So we really are at this powerful time of ascension where people are feeling like it's time for me to share my gifts. So you are not meant to fit in, but you do belong. And belonging is a human need that we all have. We all want to feel like we belong. And I like to differentiate that from fitting in. Belonging in the sense that you chose to be here on the planet, you do have a place, you do have a place in the ascension that's unfolding right now, and that role and what that path is unique and different for all of us. So also use this full moon energy as a time to go within and really ask yourself, what role are you being called to play? How are you being called to share your message? Maybe that's also stepping up on YouTube or other social media platforms and speaking what's on your heart, speaking your truth. This can also be in terms of your family and your friends. Really making a difference in that space is so, so powerful as well. So later that day, we're going to have the sun. So we're going to experience the full moon in Aquarius. And then later that day, we have the sun moving into Virgo, kicking off Virgo season. Happy birthday season to all the Virgos who are celebrating. This energy here as we move throughout Virgo season is a wonderful time to explore your daily routine. I talked a little bit about that last week as well, because we've actually had a lot of personal planets in the sign of Virgo, even throughout Leo season. And now that we move into Virgo season, especially near the beginning of it, this energy is really, really amplified of getting into a routine that supports you, looking at the habits you have in your life. Often we think, in order to reach our next goal or to really expand, it's going to take big changes. But often it's the small little things we do on a daily basis, the thoughts that we entertain, the routines we have in place in our life, the patterns, the habits. It's through altering those that alter your results, because it's those things we do consistently that actually add up to some big results that we're creating in our life. This energy is also really good for getting organized. So even in practical, tangible ways, like cleaning up your desk space, creating room, maybe creating space just to donate clothes and items that you really feel are causing clutter in your life. If we have clutter in our physical world, we're probably feeling cluttered mentally as well. And that can be a way to help clean up that clutter. We clean our space, right? Of course, doing the work as well to help organize our thoughts and to be aware of what thoughts we are focusing on. I feel that message coming in from the records too, actually, that I think is going to be important to share here. So just because we have thoughts come in, it doesn't make them ultimate truths. So be very aware when thoughts are coming in, don't give them more energy and attention if it's not a thought that feels good, right? And sometimes we have these old labels from the past. Like we may have labels of I'm too much, I'm too weird, I'm too quiet, I'm too loud. And asking yourself, where did these labels even come from? Is this actually true? Or have I just been told this since I was a kid and I continue to to tell myself that, but it actually doesn't reflect who I am internally. It's not a match to my present reality. Use this full moon energy as well to let go of that. Use the energy of Virgo season to organize your physical surroundings as well as your mental space, to clear away those thoughts that don't serve you. And remember, just because you have a thought, it doesn't make it ultimately true. So really be questioning those thoughts and whether or not they serve you. So that's the energy for the week ahead. Share below your takeaways. Feel free to share what you are releasing and letting go of in this full moon energy. And be sure that you sign up for my free masterclass on aligning to your cosmic blueprint to expand your business. Sending so much love your way. And I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.